What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is December the 15th. Happy Monday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what to really focus on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with macro data, just had New York State manufacturing index come out at negative 3.9. So that does show within December so far it has been contracting, so not necessarily the best, but market seems to be taking that as a strong positive, so it's kind of moving the market higher, which is pretty good if you ask me. So maybe indirectly they're considering this as a good reason for a potential cut in January. Aside from that, that's pretty much it. We have a couple of Fed speakers, so just be aware of that. So looks like at the bell and right after, that's when they're coming out. So it looks like Dow is up 0.69, S&P up 0.71, NASDAQ up 0.81. At the same time, it looks like the market is seeing Friday's sell-off as largely unjustified. So kind of a good thing. So hats off to those individuals that did buy the dip. Aside from that, though, fear and greed index is under the fear category. So in theory, people's appetite for risk isn't improving. But a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on completely contradict this. So I feel like on and off, sometimes this is good, but definitely I wouldn't bet my life savings on if this is accurate or not. It's good kind of benchmark though. Aside from that, there's not really much coming out so far from Trump or anyone over the weekend. Getting right to it though, SoFi is up 0.33, just piggybacking off the broader market. No news, no SEC filings, no speculative things really came out over the weekend either. Right now, shorts are returning 117,000 shares, 9.18% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 113.7 million shares overall being shorted. So hopefully shorts do continue to return over the foreseeable future and keep it below 10%. Aside from that, with it at 740, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. Today, just watch for 2704. That's kind of going to be that very strong support. And then flip side, 2838 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And I'd love to say that we will be able to hit that, but there's not really that much in data, like I said, that's really coming out later today to really justify a push to that level. But honestly, it'd be pretty sweet if we are. Regardless, that's going to be the next strong target / resistance over the next couple of trading days, just to kind of watch for. NIO, not really much activity coming from them, fairly low volume. Shorts are returning about 41,000 shares, 7.6% of the free floats being shorted. Works out to be 156.1 million shares overall being shorted. So good to see as well as shorts returning, kind of validating just maybe the momentum in the broader market. Right now though, with it at 502, like I said, not really much activity, but it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 496 and then 489 as strong support levels. So just kind of watch for that. This S3, which I don't see being hit today, that is that line in the sand. That's most likely one of the main reasons why NIO actually started to kind of recover and started to move higher, was it bounced off of this strong support. So for those of you that want a dollar cost average, just maybe orient your buy roughly around there. But for today, 507, just watch for that to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by 518. Moving on, ticker AMCI. So there hasn't really been that much in news associated to it, but there is a lot of volume getting in this morning. It is up 29.52%. Logically, the market's just seeing Friday's kind of sell-off, which it caused it to go down about 44.5%. as just unjustified. So I think institutions are possibly buying because, yeah, Friday was a new all-time low of $2.50. So kind of crazy stuff for that. So this will be a pretty good day trader / swing traders kind of stock. Aside from that though, unfortunately, Ortex is glitching, so it doesn't really show any information right here. Aside from this, so shares on loan being 33,000. Just by seeing that, you can kind of tell that it's a low float. And from previous information right here, it looks like it has been and is somewhat heavily shorted. So that's going to be a little bit of a influence for today. With it right now at 348, it is trading below this S3. So 422 will be that next strong target / resistance, and it needs to really get above that. So most likely you could actually see a run to that 422 realistically. And then right now looking at the Woody, so these are kind of vague strong kind of pivot points, 347, and conveniently it is on that right now. So just watch for 347 to be that key pivot, at least for right now, and then 422 to ideally be that next strong target. If this 347 doesn't hold, then anticipate some consolidation. Tillray getting a lot of volume today. During the overnight trading, it was at like the high 13s, so definitely that's where kind of the market wants to take it. So a lot of big money will be kind of moving this stock. I think right now there's a certain level of profit taking. And for those of you that joined my stacked account or even my Patreon, I did signal this as a day trade, put it at 12.40, and it hit that perfectly. So even though it was at, like I said, I think 1370 or 1380 during the overnight trading. Aside from that though, shorts surprisingly aren't doing anything during the pre-market, but 9.61% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 11.03 million shares. So shorts have been fairly active. They're trying to slow the progress of Tillray, so anticipate them to continue to do that today. Right now with that 1270, it is trading between this R2 and this R1, 1198, and then 1328 is going to be the next strong support and resistance. And then moving on from here, ticker is RADX. It is up 225% because of this 6K that did come out, simply just saying that they pretty much had some good results. It looks like it was originally posted on December the 15th, or I guess earlier today, on the Australian Securities Exchange. So that kind of variation, and it goes over kind of the results right here. So biotechs aren't really my forte, as I've kind of explained to you in the past. Shorts are increasing about 1,000 shares during the pre-market, but still this stock surprisingly isn't heavily shorted at all. So 0.69% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 36.3 thousand shares overall being shorted. So shorts are increasing about their position about 4.4% overall. So kind of crazy stuff. Aside from that though, with it at 1390 and change, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So because of the crazy volatility that it's kind of been experiencing, this is why you see some fairly wide gaps. Again, looking at the Woody as a good partial indicator, 1579 is going to be a key pivot for at least today. So this will be again another good day traders type of stock and everything else. So do your own due diligence and all the other fun jazz, but today looks like it is so far going to be a pretty good day, knock on wood of course. With all that said, appreciate all of you guys watching. One final thing, pop over to my stacked account if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.